Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Aries Tarot for January 2020. So, this is a monthly horoscope using tarot cards, and this is especially for you coming from Scorpio. Scorpio. All right. Now, the first card that I'm going to pull will have to do with your first 15 days of January. Before that, I want to show you my email address and send me an email if you're interested in having a 90-minute session, 90-minute session, which will cost you USD $50 to know your next 8 or 9 years in all areas of your life. And I'll give you a lot of information regarding how to improve yourself and make yourself very special. We'll talk about that later on. Now, for the first 15 days of January, I'm going to pull this card to talk to you about your job. Well, it's a very good card for you. It says looking for a new job would be no problem. Staying where you are would be also very good. So you are in a very good position. So tell yourself, if you want to make changes, then go ahead. But since the situation says that you are just as well doing where you are, play safe and stay where you are. So things are going to go well. Long-term planets are seen on the card, which means a form of security for you. Now I'm going to talk to you about business. So let's talk about business. Okay. Let's see what the card says about business. And it's a very good card. It's a card that makes you a person who is looking towards the universe to get plenty of opportunities. And so this card says that the first 15 days are going to be very solid days where business is concerned. So if you want to plan expansion, go right ahead and plan expansion. And if you want to consolidate and make things what you're doing even better, go right ahead for that as well. So very good first 15 days for business. Now let's talk about romance. And in case you find a new romance in the first 15 days of January, let's see what the cards would advise you to do. It's a card called the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. And this card is a lucky card for you. So you're going to have the possibility of making a very good contact in the form of a romance in the first 15 days of January. And even if you meet the person and it doesn't rebound into a romance, never mind. Follow up very nicely, because with this card, you're definitely getting a bonus meeting such a person in the form of a romance. And now what about your ongoing romance? A romance that you may already have. And let's see what the card says. Well, this is a card of infinity. Another word for infinity is eternity. So it is eternal love shown from this card. So the bonding that you make in this first 15 days of January are going to be wonderful bonding with the person you already are in love with or having a romance with already. So another good card for you then. Now, what about marriage? Well, you're picking up some very nice cards for you. Let's talk about marriage. Well, this is a card which I pulled earlier for some other topic. And this card says, well, your marriage is very solid. Long-term planets are there. The ability to do well is there. To make more excitement for yourself, I like that red circle there. For you coming from Scorpio, it's a very good sign. It says the red circle of protection for you where marriage is concerned. So why don't you make use of this first 15 days of January and excite the marriage? Go out, be young again, go out together, and you will see that you get things even better. And now I'm going to go to the last 16 days, and I'm going to talk to you about your job for the last 16 days. You coming from Scorpio. And let's see what you pulled this time. Well, in the last 16 days for job concern, you are in a very good position. And this card shows that whatever you say and do is going to be very nicely considered by your bosses where job is concerned. So say a lot, ask favors. And if you are even attempting to look for a new job, go right ahead. This is a card that whether new job, whether going into betterment for your with the job you have, it's all very good. So this is a magnificent card where job is concerned. Work hard, show your bosses that you are worth promoting and having. That's the way to do it. When your luck is good, doesn't mean you just sit back and do nothing. You work harder. And now about business. So let's see what this card says about business. Oh. This is a card of, I call it the card of short circuit, which means that what you start in the last 16 days of January can short circuit. So there can be stumbling blocks, obstacles, and hurdles. So if you're starting a new business, tell yourself go slow in the last 16 days of January. But with this card, if you're going to have an ongoing business, I would say improvement will come. So an ongoing improvement, business improvement, but a new business, be a bit cautious. That's the way I would translate this card. The bottom line is that it's not a bad card, it's a good card. And now what about a new romance? In case you find it in the last 16 days, what is the card going to say? I'm picking the same cards for you. And I'm shuffling. Don't say I'm not shuffling. I'm shuffling the cards. But the message is coming that it's a good card. And so a new romance that you find is going to be a very good one for you, a very good one. So look forward to a good contact in the last 16 days. You're going to meet somebody who is going to just help you, not only in the romance area, but in other areas as well. And what about your ongoing romance? So let's see what the card says about your ongoing romance. I'll give it more shuffle because I've had people say to me, you're not shuffling enough. All right, here we go. Now let's see regarding your ongoing romance. And this is another good card. It says that your romance partner is doing very well and that you are able to have somebody with you who can also support you in whatever your plans are. So it's a wonderful card. And so treat your ongoing romance with a lot of respect and love because you have a bonus with you. Think that way. Now we're going to talk about marriage for the last 16 days of January. Let's see what the card, I'm shuffling it a bit more. So let's see what happens now. And I cannot find fault with this card as well. So your marriage area is all under protection. And there are planets there that show that you can look forward to some very good news in your marriage. Is it looking for a bigger house, a bigger car? There's a card of expansion as well. So there's an expansion possibility in the last 16 days of January where your marriage is concerned for betterment, for improvement. Now I'm going to talk to you about, let's see, Scorpio, your lucky ages. There'll be some people who are going to be very, very lucky. And let's see what ages they might be. I'll go according to that logic. All right. Well, there's Mars right on the bottom of the picture. So I'm going to go for the ages of, if you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or even 81. All these ages belong to Mars, the planet Mars. Then you're going to be one very lucky person, whether in romance, marriage, whether in job, business, whether in anything you attempt to do. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky dates, DATES. And now let's see what the card says about your lucky dates. Here we go. It's exactly the same card, and I have shuffled. So again, I would say there are a few signs on this card which also show the ability for expansion and to make money. So I'm going to say, as far as dates are concerned, from this card, that the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd are going to be very lucky for you in the month of January. So look forward to the 5th, 14th, and 23rd in any area of your life. Make use of that and you're going to prosper. Even going to the casino, try 5th, 14th, and 23rd. Something good is happening for you. And now about your colors. Well, colors are very important because every transaction that we have with the planets is all through colors. So let's see what colors are going to be lucky for you with this card. Another sign of Mars. I think you're going to have a very lucky month of January. Looking at this, really, the way that I'm pulling the cards for you, and I am shuffling. And so here we go. And what we're talking about? We're talking about colors, sorry. So here we go. So there are two colors in mind here. The color red, definitely, and the color orange. So red and orange, try to wear quite a lot during the month of January, and you're really going to attract very good luck. And now what about direction energy? Well, there are 9 planets surrounding Earth. So we on Earth, if we look north, south, east, or west, we are going to face different planets. So you coming from Scorpio. You coming from Scorpio. Let's see what happens with this card. Well, it's another good card. It's a card of knowledge. So I would say from this card, regarding direction, I would like you to face southeast. Face southeast, and you will have knowledge or go into new areas of thought, or you might even have a chance to do new businesses. So the newness from this card is what it is. So you might make some good changes in January as well. Now, what about lucky contact? All right, let's see who you are going to make a lucky contact with in the month of January for any reason, romance, job, business, somebody who will be lucky that you meet who is going to make you very lucky. Scorpio. Now, I consider this card to be the card of Capricorn. So somebody from Capricorn that you meet in the month of January is going to help you in some area of your life. So if you know somebody from Capricorn, get close to that person. If you meet somebody from Capricorn, tell yourself there are good possibilities here, whether to help in job, in business, whether for the romance. So that's a good one. Well, that's what I have to tell you. Now, I have this 90-minute session, which will go on for 90 minutes. And it will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms. And I will talk to you about many energies, your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and your lucky days and your lucky directions. And I will guide you for your next 8 or 9 years based on your date of birth, time of birth, and especially looking at your palms. I'll guide you for 9 areas in all areas of your life. And I'll show you how to reach that supernatural energy that you have. We all have it. Some call it the guide. Some call it the soul. Some call it the force of energy. People who are great, people who are famous, people who are so rich, people who are just doing things wonderfully well, they have learned how to connect to this inner force of energy that we have. And I will show you how to do it. And I will also show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers step by step. So a lot is going to go on in this 90 minutes. And you're going to be receiving a lot of information, simply how to get your next 8 or 9 years perfectly under your control. I will talk to you age by age, calendar year by calendar year, to show you how to make the best of them all. So send me that email and let's get things going. It's going to cost you USD 50, that's all, to know your next 8 or 9 years with all this information. You can't go wrong. So send me that email. I'll be very happy to help you and be very proud of your success. And I look forward to seeing you one day on Skype, on WhatsApp, or on Facebook Messenger. We use this because it's going to be a live reading. Okay? Well, I wish you the best of January. And I know that looking at the cards, you're going to get the best of January. You are very lucky. You from Scorpio. Thank you and goodbye.